Do you consider yourself the top candidate to be the next face of the league?
No, not really.
Why?
That's what they got. That's what they got Wemby for.
Tell the truth. You can and will
yeah.
be that guy.
Well, I'm capable of being
There
that
you
guy,
go.
but I don't want to be that guy. Put it like that. I want to be the guy to just show up and hoop and just kill dudes and go home.
So Anthony Edwards doesn't have interest in being the next face of the NBA. The question here, UD, is who do you believe could carry that torch? But if you want to react to what Edwards said there too, go for it.
I like it. I'm not mad at it. I mean, stay hungry. Why not? I mean, you saw what happened when Rocky got the title in Rocky 3, and then Mr. T came and dropped him and took the bag from him. So I like it. Stay hungry. Understand what puts you in your best mindset and what puts you in your best position. He likes to be in that underdog and create that underdog mentality in his mind. They talked about how Michael Jordan used to create all kinds of different scenarios when he got the opportunity to play against people. So put yourself in that mindset where you continue to feel like you're that underdog. But if I'm going to pick a face, I'm going to pick Luka right now. We're talking about a guy who's international basketball player. We're talking about a guy who goes to the probably most historical storied franchise in the league. And most of these guys, when you talk about who's going to be the face of the league, you want to look at these guys to win basketball games to kind of earn that title. Luka don't have to win for the next 2 or 3 years, and he could be the face of the league because he's wearing a Laker jersey and he's Luka Doncic and what he's done in the past, only being 25 years old.
Go ahead, Shannon.
Man, I'm not so. For me, I'm not so sure there is one. Ant-Man has told you he doesn't want to be one. His favorite player is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant says, "I just want to show up and hoop. That's it. That's my job to hoop. Drop 30 if I need to. Drop 40, 50 if I need to. Win the game, go home. That's it. All that face of the stuff. Ja might have could have been it, but he had some off the court issues that kind of slowed him down and hampered that. He's trying to work his way back into the graces. Zion just has never really materialized. I don't know, for whatever reason, people seem to have an issue with Jason Tatum. I thought he had the greatest chance. But to make a long story short, guys, and I'm sorry that I went long, I'm not so sure there is a next face. Maybe Steph Curry can hang around once LeBron gone, and he can hang on for another 5 to 6 years, and he can regain that again. But it's just hard for me to see, UD, that a foreign-born player being the face of the NBA. I'm not saying that it can't happen. It's just hard for me to visualize that, considering the faces that we've seen: Magic and Bird, Jordan, Kobe, LeBron and Steph. It's just hard for me to see, but we never know. I mean, you see all these European and foreign-born players winning MVPs. Sooner or later, it might happen. But right now, Stephen A., I can't definitively say this guy's going to be the next face of the NBA, because I don't know if there is one on the horizon.
My personal opinion is I don't believe an international player can be the face of the NBA. I know they're global iconic figures. Their popularity extends globally. But the NBA is an American-born sport. And it needs to resonate in America. And if it doesn't resonate in America, then it's not going to matter to America how you resonate beyond. And so that's just my mentality, UD. That's how I think about it. Not to say they can't be popular or what have you, but I just think about it that way. Shannon, as to your point that you made yesterday, UD wasn't here when you made it. I understand your point, and you're absolutely right. You can't want something more for somebody else than they want for themselves. And I totally get that. But that doesn't mean I'm not entitled to my wish list. And my wish is that Anthony Edwards changes his mind. And the reason why is because, my favorite players are him and Steph Curry. And where I fell in love with Anthony Edwards wasn't with the dunks or whatever. It was when the playoffs showed up last year and that brother was giving it to the Phoenix Suns. That to me was the nail in the coffin, UD, because he was talking major smack to his idol, Kevin Durant. And he was going after, and remember, I'm somebody that feels very, very highly about Devin Booker. I think Devin Booker's an absolute stud. I watched that brother get on the court against them brothers and just shrink them. Let them know there was levels to it, and I don't know who told y'all were on it, but y'all ain't, and went at them. And when we think about basketball players, think about what we think about when we're talking about stars. We're not just talking about their games. We're talking about their personality. Do y'all realize that Magic Johnson's smile was just as popular as his passing during the fast break? his smile was just as popular as that was, okay? When you look at a guy like Anthony Edwards, he's dunking on you 1 minute. He's improved his shot, and if that continues to elevate, he's going to be unstoppable because he's practically unstoppable now. But then he also talks a lot of trash. He's energized, and in the same breath, he's got that magnetic smile too. He's very likable. And so when you look at it from that standpoint, combined with the game that he brings to the table, I was disappointed in hearing him say that because, to be honest with you, y'all know this better than me. When you're the underdog, life's a little bit easier. When you the guy that's on top that everybody's shooting for is when it becomes problematic. And when the real great ones show you what they were, you played with one in D. Wade. You played with another in Ray Lewis, Shannon, and John Elway and others, right? When you're that dude and everybody's shooting for you and you respond, that's when your greatness is cemented. It's a little bit different when you're the underdog on the come up. And Anthony Edwards sounding like he didn't want to be that dog they were shooting for was disappointing to me.
I got one question for both of y'all real quick. Did y'all ever see a day where the last 3 or 4 MVPs would be international? And by the way, the guy who's probably going to win MVP this year is from another country as well. Did y'all ever see a day where it would be where it is now?
No. No, but can I respond to that? No, I'm not talking about basketball accomplishments. I'm talking about popularity in America. That's all I mean by that. Like Shai Gilgeous, a perfect example. We know what a study is. This brother's special. Rolling up to All-Star Weekend with Peter probably giving calls to the NFL and NBA because of that damn fur coat he had on and all of this other stuff. But you don't talk about him the way you talk about various others that are American-born players, because when you popular and you from this place, it resonates a little bit more.
You saw the infiltration of more and more, and the players were getting more and more skill. I mean, yeah, when you look back in the 90s, there were only a handful of maybe a Tony Kukoc and Sarunas Marciulionis and Arvydas Sabonis, a Detlef Schrempf. There weren't a whole lot. But if you go back and look at them now, unfortunately, the best players are Jokic. The top, maybe the 3-4 best players were not born here. Jokic, Giannis, Shai, and Luka. I mean, we can get a little debate, but I think the top 2, I think Jokic and Shai Gilgeous and Giannis in any particular order, I don't think we got no American players that we can debate and says, okay, nah, he needs to be 2. He needs to be 1. He needs to be 3. No, the top 4 are international or foreign born.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Keep them going, try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA over here,